Cocoa beans are the primary raw material for making chocolate. They come from the fruit of the cocoa tree, which is native to Central and South America. The ancient Mayans would grind them into a drink. Today, cocoa is cultivated in the rainforest areas of many tropical countries. These cocoa beans from Costa Rica were cultivated without the use of chemical fertilizers, pesticides or fungicides. Organic cocoa farming requires careful crop maintenance. Grafting techniques help establish tree varieties that are resistant to disease. The farmer cuts a budwood, which is a young branch about to bud, from a healthy, productive tree. She grafts it onto a sucker growing from the base of a tree, which is either diseased or old and unproductive. She cuts a slot at the top of the sucker, then wraps a plastic strip around the budwood to keep it moist until the graft takes. She cuts a pointed end on the budwood and puts it into the slot she made in the sucker. Then she binds the join and covers it with a plastic bag. Bagging protects the graft against two potential extremes: dehydration and excessive rain, which causes rot or fungus. If the graft takes, the join will seal itself in a month or even sooner. Strategic pruning strengthens the tree. It keeps it growing in a shape that's easy to maintain and harvest. Before long, flowers begin to bud and bloom. Tiny beetles pollinate the flowers, then these tiny pods, which are the tree's fruit, begin to emerge. The pods grow and grow, and gradually change color. When the color transformation is complete, they're ripe for harvest. There are many varieties of cocoa trees with pods of different colors. It generally takes about 5 months from first bloom until the pods are mature. At harvest time, they only collect the pods which are ready. If a pod isn't fully ripened, the cocoa beans inside will be acidic and bitter. They carefully cut the pod stem off the branch without damaging the tree in the process. The pod's rind is about 3 centimeters thick. They hack it open with a machete to remove the fruit inside. The fruit is made up of a sweet edible pulp which contains between 30 and 50 large white seeds. These are the cocoa beans. The beans and pulp go into the fermentation area, where workers lay them in boxes or heaps. They're covered and left for 4 to 6 days. As the heat under the cover builds up, the fermentation process begins. The natural sugars interact with oxygen. The pulp slowly breaks down, liquefies and drains away. The color and chemical composition of the beans change. They become less acidic and start to develop the chocolatey taste. The next step is to dry the beans. Workers spread them out on large trays and lay them out in the sun for about a week. Here's what a wet cocoa bean looks like. And here's a dry one. The dried beans now go through a selection process. Workers examine them, removing remnants of the pods and any moldy or imperfect beans. Beans which fail inspection are sold locally at a lower price or composted. Beans which pass are weighed, bagged for export and sold to chocolate makers. As the size of the beans varies according to cocoa tree variety, it can take between 300 and 600 cocoa beans to produce 1 kilogram of chocolate. And it only needs one person, me, to eat it.